Hello again, YouTube. Welcome back. Another walk and talk. Day 3, third one in a row, actually. Welcome back, everyone, here on Team Turtle. Is that what we've decided? Is it happening? Is the Team Turtle going to be a real thing? Leave a turtle emoji down below if you're out there. You know, this is as much up to you as it is up to me. I'm just the guy holding the camera, but I'm not really running the show. That's you guys, whether you know it yet or not. The rolling pop-up. Anyway, today's video is going to be quite short. Yesterday's was like 26 minutes. That one got a little bit crazy. I had too much to say. Today's is going to be short and to the point. There's just one topic I'd like to talk about today. Oh, did you see that? There's people on the terrace today. All this outdoor dining. This just came back. We just got this like a couple days ago. I haven't even dined in a restaurant yet. But yeah, look at that. Things are happening here in Montreal. I like it. The life is coming back to the streets. It's great to see. Anyway, the one thing I wanted to talk about today, this is something, today's a big day for me actually. This is something that I'm very excited about. I'm doing a conversation today. I'm having a conversation with my dad. That might not sound like a big deal at first, but there's an extra detail I got to point out. This conversation is going to be a podcast episode, and it's going to be posted on this channel probably within a week. Sometimes it takes a bit of time to edit those podcasts because they're longer videos, and sometimes I'll cut little moments out, or I'll try to improve the audio or the video quality. And with a video over an hour long, that takes sometimes a couple of days, you know. But yeah, the reason I'm excited about this is because there's something about having a podcast and having a conversation that you're sharing with the world that makes you take it a bit more seriously than you normally would. Like you know, my dad, I talk to him, well, probably not as much as I should now, because I'm living in another city and like we're getting older and stuff, and sometimes life gets in the way, but it's my dad. Like, we've had thousands of conversations, but it's a rare occasion when you actually get to a deeper level and ask the questions that really matter. You know, ask him, what was your life like when you were my age? Has your life turned out the way you wanted it to? Is there anything you regret? Is there anything, should I live with regrets? Do you live with regrets? You know? What's your life been like, Dad? Like these big questions that we'd all probably like to ask of our parents and the ones who are close to us, and just even the people we admire, whether they're family, friends, or just anyone we really know. But sometimes in the day-to-day existence, we always think those conversations can wait, and we always think it's not the right time, or we always think like we'll get to that later, you know. We don't want to be all serious. We don't want to be all dramatic and say like, oh, what was life like for you 40 years ago? But when you record a conversation, it becomes something that can stand the test of time. It becomes something that, like, I don't know if I'll ever have kids, but if I do have kids, one day I can show them this and be like, hey, this was my dad looking back on his life. Or maybe they have kids and they have kids, and then people who didn't even know my dad as a person who's alive, like generations from now, you can look at this video and be like, hey, this is the best insight you will ever have into this human being who I knew very well, but you might not know. And I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm not actually thinking this way as I'm filming a podcast. I'm not thinking like, this is the question my great-great-grandkid would want to ask. I think you would get a bit nervous, and you'd I don't know, it would freak me out if I'm always thinking that way. But occasionally I like to think that way. I like to keep the perspective of the long view. And I think having a YouTube channel, having a podcast, having a place to create content for the world, it really helps you to keep that long view. I mean, writing can do that too. Having a journal. You know, maybe you're someone who's shy. You don't want to put your face on the internet. I totally understand that. I used to be like that as well. Back then I used to write more. I used to love to write. I still do. But anything really to capture a moment in time, you never know how valuable that will be in the future. You never know what that could turn into. And maybe it turns into nothing. Maybe it's nothing other than a conversation between a dad and his son. One of 1,000 conversations, just like that. Maybe it's not deep, maybe it's not special, maybe it's not anything different than the usual. But maybe that alone is worth saving. Maybe that alone is worth holding on to. So the short message I want to share with you today on Friday, May 28th of the year 2021 is to try and hold on to the long view in your life and try to remember that one day these moments, these experiences that you're having that may seem very usual and very average and very boring and very unremarkable, one day these experiences will be remarkable just based on the passage of time. Just like if I see a picture today from 1965, you know, it could just be some like, it could be this. It could just be a tree and some buildings and some cars. But I would be like, wow, look at those old cars. You know, wow, look, they had a different tree back then than they have today. These little details that mean nothing to us today will one day mean a lot. And so however you remember the details of your life, whether you make videos, whether you take pictures, whether you write, whether you paint, or whether you just share a conversation with someone close to you, I think it's always meaningful to keep that long view in your mind. That's all I got for you today, YouTube. Leave a turtle down below if you're out there. Team Turtle, what's up? See you next time.